From the Schmoes Know Network studios in Los Angeles, California, it's time for Box Office Breakdown, where all the weekend numbers get chewed up, analyzed, and spit back in your face. And now, here's your host, the lovely Sara Stretton, the diabolical Finstock, and every man's hero, J.T.E.
There we go. Hi, guys. Hello, Schmoeville. Welcome back to Box Office Breakdown. I'm Sara Stretton, and I'm joined with the wonderful JTE, who I'm very proud of currently, and Finstock.
Ha.
Yeah. We went from, is ha a new word? Is that inspired by like Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween.
Wonderful. How was your
That's great.
Before we get into breaking down the numbers, especially this week, which was... It's been a heated morning. Lots of debates.
Yeah.
Lots of controversy. Before we get into that, how was everyone's Halloween?
Oh, ours was pretty good. I mean, Friday I went down to the parade, which was crazy. Really fun.
That's the West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, the West Hollywood parade you went to?
There was like 750,000 people there.
It's a madhouse.
Yeah, I was the coolest guy. I went as Finstock, obviously. Actually, somebody's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Bob Finstock." They're like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "This big internet Twitter celebrity." I'm not, but I said I was, and I'm like, "Yeah, his #1 fan."
Did
I'm
you
like, "Yeah,
actually
check
say
him out
that
on
to
Twitter."
people?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, check him out on Twitter at Bob Finstock."
I love how he said he was the coolest guy there.
Obviously.
Yeah,
That's great.
it's clear. How about you?
It's
What'd you do?
I'm living vicariously through everyone else because I was working.
What?
Oh.
I know.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Wow, the Keanu Reeves coming there again.
Wait, did you
I
go
was
dressed
waiting.
up?
I did. I dressed up.
Okay.
Of course. I've had 4 costumes this year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we were at Kamikaze.
Yeah, Saturday. I went to Kamikaze actually the night before. Well, we went Saturday morning. I went Halloween night, which was kind of crazy because everyone was dressed everywhere. And it was really cool.
Everyone was dressed everywhere?
Well, because it was Halloween night, so not only were you like in the convention surrounded by people in cosplay, but when you went back outside, everyone else was still dressed up, and I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. There's a lot of guys with like guns in the street. It was, I mean, you're like, is that real? Because you never know when somebody's just going to be like, haha, I'm kidding, and shoot everybody.
Let me tell you something.
Don't say things like that.
That's horrible.
You're ruining the holiday.
I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
I take the metro. The metro is a scary place when it's not Halloween. When it's Halloween, it's just you can't tell who's wearing a costume and who's not sometimes.
That's true.
It's
I
insane.
think you guys are just trying to bring down the mood.
No, I went to the guy. I was like, dude, you're a great zombie. Like, you look scary. He's like, I'm homeless.
Yeah.
And I was like,
poof.
Yeah.
All right.
I got kicked out of Hooters too, by the Coliseum.
What'd you do?
Well, I
to
didn't get kicked out. I got like escorted out. Or asked to leave.
Next to LA Convention Center?
Yeah, they were like, well, I had a.
What did you do?
I had an issue with the manager. I told him, I go, you need to cut these shorts differently on these ladies. It's just not flattering to their bodies anymore. And he's I'm like, who do you got designing this stuff? Jane Fonda? And he's like, look, man, we can't have you in here. I'm like, I didn't even drink anything yet. I did a couple stories.
You're against the shorts at Hooters.
Yeah, they got the worst cuts. They got the
this.
worst cut in the world. You could have the best body in the world, and those shorts will make you look like a 6-year-old, like a
I feel like
Tanzanian
most people
kid.
really like the Hooters outfits.
Listen, when he said that, I immediately agreed with him. And I feel like I thought about this a long time. I just didn't have the courage to come out and say it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah, I think they should wear boy shorts in there. They should switch it up.
Boy shorts?
Yeah, it's old school now.
Let me just say one thing about Kamikaze. We met some great fans there.
Yes.
The panel was awesome. Thanks for everyone that came out at 10 a.m. Because, it was the night after Halloween.
Yes.
Half of them were probably hungover. But we met some great fans. And not only the Schmoes, but Box Office Breakdown. Andre Cabrera, awesome guy from Arizona.
Hey.
Yep.
Super cool, big fan. It's cool to meet the fans. It's always nice.
Always nice.
It was really, really
cool. So let's actually talk to our fans and why they listen to us.
Yes.
For the numbers of this week.
My posture.
Man. This was like a photo finish.
It's been a very intense morning, everyone out there.
Still a tie.
So it is not a tie. We've decreed as of now that this is not a tie. And we're going to start with number 5. Not expecting this at all. Book of Life.
Yeah.
Hanging on to the number 5 spot, bringing in $8.3 million. Just above it at number 4 with $8.8 million. We've got Gone Girl.
Not going away.
Nope.
Not going away.
People love it.
Number 3, Fury. We knew those two were going to be right next to each other. We've got $9.1 million.
Yeah.
Now it gets down to
This is where
the top 2 spots.
I was looking at it 0-5 this weekend.
This was, yes.
You were looking at it.
I was looking at
like Belichick. I reached down, grabbed that red flag, and threw it on the field.
Yep.
So those of you who looked at
definitely did
last night's numbers, if you were looking at the box office last night, they had number 2 going to Ouija.
Mm-hmm.
But as of this morning, number 2 is not going to Ouija, but going to Nightcrawler, who as of right now on Box Office Mojo is at 10.4 million. And number one, JTE. Everyone
Ouija.
bow down.
Ouija.
I'm
gonna
10.7.
I'm gonna put this under protest. This one until
No way.
the real numbers come out at like 4:30 this afternoon.
They said
things can change.
it's the weekend is over. The
Okay.
numbers are in.
The show has started. I think we have to go by our show time.
Yeah, okay.
As of
okay.
And
right
that's
now.
what it
Fair
is.
Fair enough. So it's 3-3 between me and JT now.
You all laughed me out of the studio when I put Ouija number one.
I apologize.
And here I am.
But I'm really glad
with
that
the
you
win.
beat Finstock. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but if JTE wins, you gotta get a Twitter handle.
Oh, that's
And if we tie at 5, you have to get a Twitter handle and wear the mask.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, at the same time.
That'd be great if we tied
I
it.
just feel like this isn't fair because so far I've missed a third of the weeks that
Yeah.
we've done this
Well,
contest.
listen, Ellis was your replacement, and he did host Box
Yeah.
Office Sunday for like a year.
He did.
So it was somebody, who knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I did not condone him betting for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so as it stands, 3-3. Good job, guys.
Yeah, let me,
JTE.
let's talk a little bit about this list. Book of Life, I think the reason why it's staying strong is not only is it Halloween, and it's a Halloween kids-themed film about the
Yes.
Day of the Dead.
It's also the only kids film.
Exactly, and it's the only kids film, which is not going to be the case soon.
No.
But I think that's really why it's staying in the top 5, and
It surprised
It
me.
was a really cute movie. It surprised me too, but I think it really does just point to the fact that it's the only one genre besides Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, Very Bad, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
And this one does go for the holiday season. It is bringing out all the kids, all their parents, all the families are going to be able to see this as opposed to everything else, which is kind of scary or depressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Speaking of scary and kind of depressing, number 4, Gone Girl.
Yeah.
I actually, before we talk about Nightcrawler, I went to go see it this weekend, and I got to the theater about like an hour early. So I got my ticket, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna theater hop a little bit," and nothing was really playing. I've seen everything, so I was like, you know what, Gone Girl's playing. I'm gonna go watch that for like 30 minutes. It was Saturday night around 8-9 o'clock, and it was packed.
Yep.
And I said, wow, this thing is not dying down.
Do you think it's a good repeat watch?
I do. I saw it twice.
Some people, yeah. I mean, I would say that. I'm going to watch it again, but not in the theaters.
See, because that's where I think a lot of people are at. They really enjoy it. They're looking to get it when it comes out.
Right.
This isn't like Guardians of the Galaxy that people were like,
No.
I need to
Yes.
watch this 5 times in a row. So the fact that it keeps pulling people out week after week.
I think what it is say, because not every guy in the world only has one girlfriend. You know what I mean? So they're going to take, like, if they're trying to narrow down, like, the 5 girls they're dating into the one they want, they're trying to weed out the psycho.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
So they're taking him to Gone Girl.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's the weeding out of the
yeah,
girlfriends
because like
movie.
I said, when the girl starts doing crazy stuff, they look over like side eye into the girl's eye, and if she's got that look in her eyes, that's the last time I'll see her.
I really want to disagree with him,
Yeah,
but I kind
it
of
kinda
do
makes
agree
sense.
with him.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a
So
theory.
I do
It's a
not
Finstock.
condone multiple girlfriends.
It's the poofonomics.
Yeah, if you take a girl to see that and afterwards she's like, that she did it right.
Yeah. Then I'm like, all right.
Cut her off.
I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real
Okay,
quick.
so what happens if you take a
don't go
girl?
back.
What happens if you take a girl to Fury, number 3? How does this play out as a girlfriend movie?
Well, I
'Cause
feel like Brad Pitt's in it, so she's probably gonna want to see it. It could be him, doing a yo-yo for 2 hours.
Yeah, of
And they'll
course.
be down with it.
Well, it's making most of its money right now.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, it's making most of its money off of Middle America right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, nobody on the coast has seen it anymore. It's done with. So Middle America's like, yeah, let's go see Fury for a little while. It's like I equate it to more or less like when it first opens, it's like a hot club. Everybody goes and things like that. Now it's like Middle American money is equivalent to like a hot club, like just doing like bar mitzvahs on the weekends now. So
It's fitting for Fury.
yeah, definitely. But what's supposed to be the weekend for Fury? Works out.
Wow.
Well, it's staying up there. Now let's
Yeah.
get into the 2 interesting movies. We're talking about Nightcrawler and Ouija.
Yeah, which, obviously number 2 is now Nightcrawler.
Yes.
I
Which
saw
you've
it
seen,
this
right?
weekend. Yeah, did you see it?
not yet.
Sarah.
I have not seen it
Oh, okay.
either. I've heard wonderful things. It's getting 93%
Yeah.
on Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone's loving it. I mean, we were so invested in it that our top 5 list later today is going to be more about Nightcrawler than about Ouija.
That's true.
I know. And still at 8%. No one likes this movie. It needs to drop off.
Listen,
I'm telling you what it is.
Look at these numbers. The number one movie made almost $11 million. That is not a good amount for a number one movie.
No, the whole weekend itself was horrible.
Well, we talked about that. Halloween was actually following on
it's the Halloween effect.
Exactly, and that's why I put my neck out there and put Ouija number one. Because I knew Nightcrawler was not going to pull big numbers. Look it. I don't think Middle America's going to watch it on Trump and be like, oh, I need to go see that.
Yeah, you were correct.
The people who went saw this weekend were the coast.
Yeah.
East Coast and West Coast, all the film buffs, all the people who just like watching Oscar race, they all went and saw Nightcrawler.
It's a beefed up specialty movie for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Open Road acquired it for like very little money, put some good promotion behind it, and I think it was $8 million budget or something like that. And they made their budget already, and they'll make their money on it. If
this was a normal weekend and if it wasn't Halloween, it still probably would have made maybe only a few million more. I don't think it would have made that much more money.
You're probably right. Well, like I said, Ouija itself is what Blumhouse does. Gangbusters for the first 2 weeks. Then it's equates to like a hot chick with no job. She'll go to
okay, no. What I want to talk about next is before we get into our international numbers, I want to talk about the biggest surprise of the weekend for me, which was the huge drop-off of John Wick.
That's disappointing.
Dropping all the way to number 6. But I personally just feel really bad for this movie.
Don't feel too bad, because listen, it's number 6 at almost about $8 million.
It should have crapped.
$2 million away from the number one film.
True.
You got to remember these numbers are skewed by the weekend.
It's actually really,
That's a very good point.
So it's only $2 million away from the first place. I mean, that's nothing in the box office.
It's just a really good movie, and it's dropping off this list. People are already forgetting about it, and it's about to be swarmed by a bunch of highly publicized, huge films. I just think it's going to get completely forgotten.
Oh, it's going to get buried. Anything that's coming out this weekend is getting buried.
It's over with.
It's over with.
And it's sad because that was a good movie. I went and saw it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think Keanu Reeves did a great job, and I think that unless it takes in that cult following that is going to buy this when it comes out on DVD, it's gone. It's a forgotten movie.
I think Keanu's not the draw he used to be. I mean, when's the last time he actually carried a successful film like himself?
I'm telling you, he's got the siphon gas face. Nobody wants to see him anymore.
Also, and bring that back to Nightcrawler. Gyllenhaal is not a name that brings people to the theaters in droves.
No, absolutely
not.
I
mean, his last film, Prisoners, did pretty good, but I mean, you had Hugh Jackman.
People who are people who are going to his movies are normally going for who he's starring with. They're not really going for him. Not to say anything against him. I think everyone does respect him as an actor, and he's well liked. He just doesn't have the pull.
I think he picks really good movies. I think he picks really good, material. I know, his movies are very watchable. Source Code, I thought was great. Another low budget movie. Your favorite movie.
What's my favorite movie?
The Cowboy, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually do own the screenplay to that movie. But
damn.
Yeah.
All right, so
all right, you guys, we're going on to international numbers before we talk about, Jake Gyllenhaal some more. Do you want to talk about Birdman a little bit?
Yeah, it's doing great, and St. Vincent is still doing really well.
Yeah, Birdman is
and addicted.
It's gonna. They're saying they're really gonna push it for a wider release. I believe next week because it's been killing in these limited theaters.
I think it has really great word of mouth. I think that it was a good competition for. It's interesting to me to see the people who are talking about Birdman, who are talking about Whiplash.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same crowd who is talking about Interstellar. Besides bringing that,
correct.
I think it should be opened in wide release. I think it will sit well with the masses. So I think it's a really smart decision.
And St. Vincent almost didn't fall off at all. It made the same exact amount of money that it did last week.
Yeah,
it did this week.
I think it actually might have been, according to right now, it's up 0.1%.
Yeah, it's very close. It was 7.8 and 7.75 or something crazy. That's a good hold. Once again,
that's an amazing hold.
$2.5 million away from being actual
But if you
number
do
one.
look at Birdman, it went up. 81.9.
The buzz around that movie is really strong. Well, look out, Oscar season. I think it's really gonna make some noise.
I agree with that.
All right, so let's go on to international numbers.
Favorite part of the show.
Yep.
Your favorite part is the numbers or the game after?
I love both.
All right.
It's fascinating to me.
So let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which opened in China.
Let's not.
There's huge size, guys. Well, you guys are going to disagree then, because it led the foreign box office this weekend and earned $34.7 million, which brings the international total to $244 million. And now the movie's earned $434.5 million worldwide. I never saw this movie, so I can't
Oh, you
have
didn't see it?
Thank
I
God.
was too scared.
You're
I was
okay.
like, I'm gonna.
It's the worst.
Some really nice actors in it.
It was
and
pretty bad, but I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Turtles 3 is still the worst out of all Turtle movies. It comes down to what I said that when this movie first came out. It's a brand.
Oh, of course.
It's got the ticket sold before it even came out, and something that's been around this long and has fruit snacks, toys, commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
Pizza,
everywhere.
Pizza Hut, Papa John's jumped on board.
And unless this thing would have had to been the worst movie ever for it to not be a success. And while it's not the worst movie ever, it's still pretty bad.
I've heard it's really horrible, which is why I'm not adding to this $434.5 million, which I don't think they need my help on.
It was huge in China, so wow.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
one that they know karate.
Yeah, that, and they don't even translate it. They just speak American. They don't care what's going on.
I'd be upset if I
probably
saw this
wouldn't
movie in China because there's not enough karate in that movie.
Yeah,
They
it's very
barely
little
used their
karate.
martial arts.
I did not see it, so I can't comment
Well,
on
the Chinese
actual...
the Chinese are moving away from the martial arts now.
Sure.
Yeah, they don't like it anymore.
It's in their field. It's huge, big budget, lots of press, lots of merchandise. It's gonna do well in China.
Yeah, I'm chucking
All
the
right,
poster.
let's talk about the
Guaranteed.
Maze Runner.
Guaranteed.
Also off to a solid start in China. Maze Runner this weekend. The movie opened to $13.7 million and added $23.8 million for a new total of $208 million. Wow! And so over worldwide, it's banked $300 million.
Yeah, it did about almost 100 here. Not even.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it. Did anybody here see it?
I saw Maze Runner.
That's
I will
right.
give it that.
She likes the
You
dudes
liked
in
it?
I liked it.
Like the
Dude,
dude?
yeah, the dudes in it. He's from
Abercrombie
Teen Wolf.
Fitch.
Isn't he from Teen Wolf or
He
something?
is from Teen Wolf.
Oh, he
I do
is.
like
Right.
him. The movie was. I didn't hate it. Do I need to see it again? Not really. I wasn't excited to see the sequel, and that's not what you want out of a franchise film.
They would have let him match in the theater over there with all the gel in people's hair. Forget about it. The whole thing would have went into flames.
Okay, you're in the wrong decade. All right, Gone Girl continued to impress the international box office.
man.
Thriller took in $15.3 million. So this bringing the total to 142.4, and it had the strongest holds were in South Korea. It was off a light 10% to $4.1 million. Yeah.
This has got to be. It's going to be Fincher's biggest film,
I think
right?
it is. I think it just went past
I think it just went past.
It just beat Argo, which is obviously Affleck's movie, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow, it beat Argo?
Yeah, it just went past that.
Yeah, man. Word of mouth. This movie's
It's gonna get a Best Picture nod. No question.
You need to find out what the translation for that movie is. I am so curious what Gone Girl would be.
Yeah, it's called
that,
David Fincher's pockets have a lot of money in it.
is this part of the
I
quiz?
thought that was a social network.
Yeah, huh?
Is this part of the quiz?
No. It's just debating. I can't watch a movie now without wondering what's called in our country.
Yeah, no, it's mind-boggling now.
It's great.
It's the game, and we'll segue right into it. Foreign titles
Yes,
for
let's do it.
crazy American.
All right.
movies.
Marissa, our engineer, is going to join in this week
Yeah, she is.
from now on because she's basically proven that she's better than me.
Yeah, she's
Also
better than
like-
probably
Yeah,
both
she's
of us.
actually
I'm kind of
really
scared.
good. And
see
she
what happens.
hangs out in the library on the weekends.
Marissa, are you ready?
I'm ready. You guys are playing me up, so if I mess up this week, then oh well.
Okay, so
All right, here
our
we go.
first one is out of Japan.
Oh, yes.
Wreck-It Ralph is called Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush.
Oh, was that the name of the game? In the movie?
Interesting.
I think that was the name of the game in the movie that she wrote in.
In Japan, again, Napoleon Dynamite
Oh, my God.
Oh, we're going
is called Busman.
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 Yeah, like a yellow school bus man.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just trying to figure out how they would even come to that title.
That would be like a Jerome Bettis movie.
Right. Now we go to our friends in Portugal. Forgetting Sarah Marshall
Okay.
is called What a Nice Pair of Roller Skates.
What a nice pair of roller skates.
Are we supposed to pick which one's false or true again?
Yeah. That
In
sounds like.
Portugal, again,
Okay.
The Graduate is called Young Man Seduced by Hot Middle-Aged Woman.
That's basically just a description of the movie. Is that all of them?
Yeah, once again,
Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph, Sugar
And
Sugar
we're
Rush.
picking which one is false.
False.
Yes.
Okay.
False.
So 3 of these are true.
Yes. That is correct.
Okay, so we have.
I'm going to go it again.
Go over 'em
Yes,
again,
one more
yeah.
time.
Wreck-It Ralph is Sugar Rush.
Okay.
Napoleon Dynamite is Busman.
Okay.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a nice pair of roller skates. ... And The Graduate is a young man seduced by hot middle-aged women.
That roller skate one would be perfect for Boogie Nights.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe that's not Boogie Nights.
Maybe it is.
Normally you can kind of figure out where they might grab it from.
Yeah.
And both on Napoleon Dynamite, I don't understand the bus reference.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not remembering this movie that
Yeah.
well. And I don't remember any roller skates.
You got to remember, Finstock's coming up with this fake one also, so he's very mischievous. I'm going to say Sugar Rush. It's the one I think that makes the most sense, so therefore I'm going to say it's fake. What do you say, Sarah?
I'm going to go with the roller skates.
Okay,
I think
Marissa?
roller skates is false.
I was gonna say roller skates.
All right,
Marissa, you
no,
can
that's
be on my
fine. You
team.
can both have...
All right, I was gonna say roller
Tell me
skates.
I'm
You can like join me against them in
Okay.
predictions later too.
Yeah, Sarah,
You're
you need a little
actually,
help.
unfortunately, all wrong.
No.
Yeah, The
Which
Graduate, young man seduced by hot little middle-aged woman
Damn
is
it.
not the case.
Curse.
It's like young man deals with incest or something like
Where
that.
are the roller skates?
What's the bus? The bus man.
Good counter argument there.
The thing is,
None of those make sense.
20th Century Fox issued an apology to like the Napoleon Dynamite producers and everybody.
Why?
Because they were like, we don't know why it's called this. We wish we knew it, but we couldn't figure it out. And they have total carte blanche to name it whatever they feel like it. And they were just like, we're really sorry. It has nothing to do with a bus.
Trying to think, he goes to
The
school.
only thing I
Yeah,
can think
school
of.
bus.
The only thing I can think of is like they think he's slow or whatever.
Oh.
And they probably
short
have him
bus.
on like the short bus. I mean, short bus would have been a better name than bus man, but other than that,
Yeah, it really does not make any sense.
I feel like if I moved
And-
there, I would find out why.
well, yeah,
The bus means something different over there.
right.
I don't know
All
why.
right.
So
well,
no, wow, we got another
A
person in the
zero.
mix, and they
Wow.
still didn't pick the correct one.
Zero. Oh,
Jeez.
horrible. Well, let's move on to our top 5 list. Normally, our top 5 lists
Damn you,
kind of
Finstock.
go with our number 1 movie. So last week when we had Ouija, we did board game movies. This week, because we thought about this last night, and before the points were rearranged, we're talking about Nightcrawler. So this week is based more off that top 5 Jake Gyllenhaal
Yeah, this is an
movies.
interesting list because, like we said earlier, he's not like the main guy usually. He's kind of like a part of an ensemble.
He's definitely a star, and he's been in huge films.
Yeah,
But-
but what's the one movie he really tried to carry himself as a superstar? Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
Not a very good
did
movie.
not work.
Tanked.
He did better than
I'm
John
not-
Carter.
Well,
though.
let's talk about
True.
our list this week.
And Hercules,
Um,
or Kevin Lutz, whatever the hell you call him.
Shush.
I'm rubbing off.
All right, number 5. What I like about this list, we're going to get into, is it spans all genres.
Yep.
But number 5, Prisoners. $61 million.
My company did that.
Oh, really?
Also on this
Yeah,
list,
okay.
the most recent of all of the other ones.
That's right. That was last year.
Number 4, Jarhead.
Wow,
With-
Sam Mendes.
$62.6 million.
It's a good flick.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get to your guys' favorite. Number 3, Prince of Persia.
Poof.
Come on, it was
He does go poof in the movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He wants to
he's-
go back in time. It goes poof.
Flies in the sand and stuff like that.
a really great film.
Yeah, fantastic.
This is where we're actually gonna get a little bit. There's a little bit of debate
Okay.
because that's off. Prince of Persia comes in number 3 off the adjusted numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go off the regular numbers, it's 90.7, and number 2 is Brokeback Mountain.
Your
They're
favorite.
my favorite on this list,
Yeah,
which is 83. So there's debate if we're going to go with the adjusted numbers or the actual numbers, because you've got Brokeback Mountain 103/83, and you've got Prince of Persia 92.7/90.7.
The crazy part about
confused.
Brokeback Mountain was it was a script written about in the 70s. And the original stars were supposed to be Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris.
Okay.
But they did it.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
not the
It
kind of
sounds like
fighting
a
I
very
want them to
good
do.
film.
That's not the kind of fighting I want those two doing.
Stop. It is a good screenplay. I really enjoy that movie. Our list has, there's a lot of different things about this. We're also discluding the number 2 list on Box Office Mojo because number 2 could have possibly gone to City Slickers.
Yeah, it could have.
But we're not counting it.
He's like
It
he's
did
like the
have-
son of one of the guys on there.
Well, he was like Billy Crystal's like keeper boy or something like that. And that-
Yes.
So you guys, you could argue that should rightfully be number 2. We're not including it this week. It
Yeah.
has 124 million. And so instead, we're going to number 1, The Day After Tomorrow. Obviously.
Ugh.
That was a huge movie when it
It
came
was.
out.
It was huge.
I remember when that came out.
Why did you
Everyone was-
ugh?
Yeah. Did you not like
was
it?
horrible.
Were you surprised?
It was not horrible.
It wasn't great.
It's
I
a
feel like
guilty-
you have a lot of beef with a lot of his movies.
I like Prisoners.
The Prison was good, but I mean, Day After Tomorrow. It's what was his name? Roland Emmerich. I think I
Yeah.
said it right.
Yeah.
I think I
He
actually said it
destroys
right.
America in everything he does.
Yeah, and this was like before 2012, where he basically was just doing the same thing over and over again.
He just gives terrorists like more ways to do things. Like, all right, let's see if we could.
He did have the White House movie. Right?
Yeah, let's see if we could, whatever it's called, like global
White House stuff?
global warming.
Oh,
the
global
whole,
warming.
the whole world.
And again, while Jake Gyllenhaal is in this movie, it is very much an ensemble, but I would argue that he's one of the main leads, along with Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, yes.
Yeah.
And there's a hot chick in it too.
Also, what's funny? Day After Tomorrow, Brokeback Mountain. You could change the titles of those movies, and they both kind of make sense.
Yeah, yeah. You could use Brokeback Mountain. for
Brokeback
any
could be
movie.
called Day After Tomorrow.
You could have called Nightcrawlers.
Brokeback Mountain could have been called
Are you just gonna switch
Nightcrawlers.
them all up?
Nightcrawlers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nightcrawlers, Brokeback Mountain. John Wick, aka Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what Brokeback Mountain's called in China. I gotta see.
That can be
They
next
probably-
week.
They probably went
Please
bananas
include this
that.
in
Yeah.
next week's
I want
game.
every country's name
Yes.
for Brokeback
You know
Mountain
what? That's
next
a really
week.
good one. If I could find that, we're gonna definitely
Stay
do it.
tuned. We're going to try for that next week, guys. But also talking about things for next week, upcoming films.
Oh, this is a big one.
Do.
This is a huge weekend. Huge weekend.
Huge weekend. Interstellar.
Yeah, Nolan coming back after
Yeah.
what some people were disappointed with Dark Knight Rises, me included. I'm sorry. I like the movie, just didn't love it. And Inception, this is his first, since Inception, this is his first, what was the word I want to say? Original property. He came up with the story himself, and he's very inventive with stories. Look at his first film, Memento.
I thought his
Yeah, I have
brother
a story
came up
about that
with this
show.
one.
Memento.
What's that?
I thought his brother came up with
Oh, they
this
came
one.
up with the story together.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I think his brother came up with it.
you're always excited when he does something original, because look at Inception, how new and different it was. And like I was saying, his first film, Memento, the way he structured.
I have a story about Memento.
Do you know?
Basically,
I'm so surprised.
Nolan's career is basically a fluke.
What? How?
Yeah, look, here's the deal. They shot Memento, and they didn't really have enough money, so they hired this editor who was like sketchy. He cut the. I'm telling you what it is. He
It
cut
was
the,
an independent
I
film.
feel like you were just trying to destroy films this podcast.
No, he cut the movie backwards. He had no idea what he was doing. All the producers watched
You
the.
can't just take good films and like cut them apart so they fit your story.
It was an editor who knew nothing. So basically, they would watch the thing like, "What did you do here?" They fired him on the spot. They hired a real editor. He cut the movie the way it was supposed to be done forward,
Yeah.
and it was worse. Nolan's like, "We got to go back and use this guy's cut."
You're saying that the whole concept of the way that movie, like what it's
Yeah.
hailed for, was an
You
accident.
can't.
Yeah, 'cause it
he's
was
just
an idiot
destroying
editor.
someone's vision. He just.
So
a
basically,
great story.
You can't say
also
you're a
this
movie
is
fan.
Nolan's first movie since first movie without Wally Pfister since The Following, which is in '99.
That's right. Yeah, that was his first like indie
Well,
film.
Wally was doing Transcendence. But anyway, I think I'm going to be the first one to say that I don't really care about this movie.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really care about it.
What makes
I
you say
actually
that?
can kind of agree with you.
Oh my god,
I-
where
No.
am I right now?
Okay, this is
Honestly,
what I have to say. Like, it
I-
looks like it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah,
I kind of felt the same way about Gravity last year, where I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful.
It's
This
2
is gonna
hours
be
and-
another beautiful movie. I get it. I'm
2 hours and 50 minutes.
I'm seeing it in 70 millimeter.
Yep.
I'm seeing it really
Yep.
like. I'm trying to be there for. Part of me is just like,
What is it? Is it the trailers? Is it just like you don't know enough about the movie? What you saw doesn't excite you? I'm curious.
the most exciting thing that I've found about this movie is that they actually made as like scientific discovery while making it, and that they were trying to. I think they were trying to do a visual representation of like a black hole.
Okay.
And they were like really sourcing out like finding people who knew what they're talking about,
Okay.
and in the combining of like their computers and their digitals and all of their information, they actually made some scientific discoveries that they're going to be able to publish.
Sounds like the end of Howard the
that's
Duck.
most
yeah.
But like that's
I
the
mean,
most
it's true.
exciting news I've heard about this film.
Okay.
Like I was like, wow, that's actually really cool. Like a film inspiring research papers. Great. I'm just like, I love Matthew McConaughey. I'm kind of sick of him at the moment.
What?
I
No.
know.
No, I
Kinda
think you're right. I think he's a little
Anne
oversaturated.
Hathaway is
Unbelievable.
the same way. Where I just kind of feel like how when they made American Hustle last year and they just shoved a
Right.
bunch of America's darlings like and favorite people in a movie, and they were like, here,
Yep.
go all see this, and they kind of shoved it at you. I feel like Interstellar's being shoved in my face.
Why?
Like, if you don't see this, you are not a movie fan. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to see it. I'm seeing it in the best format I can.
I'm not.
oh, well, I am. I'm seeing it in 7mm. But I'm
Well, it's not
truthfully
like-
not that excited about
Okay.
it.
It's not like
Sorry.
he stacked the movie with superstars. Yes, McConaughey just came off the Oscar and he's the lead. You got Anne Hathaway, who I'm sorry is like
Anne
famous.
Hathaway, Jessica Chastain.
But is Chastain a star, or is she
Yes.
just well known
Yeah,
amongst the film people?
No.
Ah,
She's
did
a star.
Zero Dark 30.
She's a star.
What did she carry besides Zero Dark 30?
I don't
She's just
remember,
like- She's always
Yes,
in the
Topher
press.
Grace
She's
is in the
becoming
movie.
like the
he
new
is in the
like.
Grace.
Topher Grace is in
the
it.
movie.
He's not a pole. The other guy who's in the ship,
No,
I can't remember his
it's
name.
a Nolan movie. You could put anybody in it. It's
That's
gonna,
exactly.
It just
Why
is what it is.
you're
but
going
I
to
mean,
see it
I,
for Nolan film.
I feel like they're trying to tell me like these are the best actors right now that you need.
Some
to
of them
see.
are the best actors right
I'm
now.
not.
The Dark Knight was
I
good.
just feel like I'm being force fed.
The Dark Knight
Interstellar.
Rises or whatever with Heath.
Yeah.
But that's the
No,
that's
that's
the only
Dark
time I
Knight.
watch that movie. Once the Joker takes off, I don't watch the movie anymore. It's the end of the movie for me.
There's only 5 minutes like after that.
Nah,
You
there's like a
can't-
half hour. The
No,
whole
it's like
storyline of the
5
Two-Face
minutes
and stuff
after
like
that.
that.
We'll see what I have to say next week. I'm going to go
Well,
see it.
right.
I'm trying to have an open mind.
Let me just say, Nolan is one of the best filmmakers working today.
I
And
agree. I
will
just said
see
it's
it
gonna be
just-
beautiful.
No, I agree, and that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna go see it is because not only do I love the fact that they use practical effects, like the stuff they do, they actually shot with screens. They didn't use as much CGI or like special
It's
effects.
great next to
amazing
James Cameron, he's
technology.
the most
Yeah.
visual, technical guy there is in the movie business.
All right, guys.
we'll
Well,
talk
let's
about
keep
next
going
week.
on. We have so much to say about that. But also, Big Hero 6. This
Oh.
one I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'm not so excited. But go ahead.
I want to know what
It
happened to
looks
Big
awesome.
Hero 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why is it
think they're
named? Why is
part
it
of the
named
movie,
6
too.
right now? It's
You
the
have
same
to
thing
go
with the
see
Leonard
film.
Bill
You have
Cosby
to go
movie.
see it.
Leonard Parsons.
Yeah, it was Leonard Part 6. What happened to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? What are you
Give it a
writing him in his
chance.
house?
Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are in the movie, and Big Hero 6 is just the most important.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He should be just named Big Hero, but they can't do that because there was a controversy with a baby in China. That,
No, we're not going into this story.
Yeah, he
No.
was shipped in a sandwich.
There's a baby was shipped.
A baby
You
was
didn't hear
shipped
him
in a
talking
sandwich
about this earlier?
because they had too many kids, and they're like, "We gotta get rid of the kid." And
This
they're like,
is-
the guy owned like a sandwich truck, and he put the baby in between the
I'm
processed
sorry
meats.
to all
So
of
like,
you
can I get a
listening to
baby
this
back rib
horrible
sandwich?
story.
Oh, I got a baby back rib sandwich.
This is
for
a-
you.
Just Google the story. It's
I'm
bizarre.
sorry. I
Completely
apologize.
bizarre.
Wait, it's true?
Both of you.
It's like the girl who spent the week in KFC.
I now
down
have to
there.
apologize to everyone for the two of you. I'm sorry that he got away with that story.
Baby sandwich.
Next, you guys, the theory of
Unbelievable.
everything coming out. This movie, I didn't know much about. I watched the
Yeah, me
trailer
neither.
yesterday.
Kinda
I
snuck
think
up.
it looks really good. I want to see it. It's interesting. Indie flicks, Stephen Hawking, his
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
story. It's got some good people in it. It's supposedly very well acted. It's getting good reviews, but I feel like it's kind of just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Scott Mance is the only person I know who actually, Scott Mance who hosts his Profiles on his network, which is a great show. He told me it was fantastic. And that put it on my radar right away. And then seeing the trailers and some of the reviews that have come out on early word, I'm like, this movie kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm really excited to see it.
I have
Awesome.
an interesting thing to say about that. It was just this is a great story. It's
No,
just so
we're
good.
not gonna
No,
get
listen,
into
this
that.
is amazing. So basically, you ever heard of the Sadie Hawkins dance? Just listen to me.
Yes, I've heard
So
of a
some
Sadie
girl
Hawkins
asked me to
dance.
Sadie Hawkins dance when I was in like 6th grade. I didn't know really what it was. So my brother, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, I'm getting ready to go to this Sadie something dance. He's like, "What do you mean, the Stephen Hawking dance?" I'm like, "Who's that?" He's like, the guy who discovered the Earth or whatever. I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I'm like, what does he do? So he showed me a picture and he was in the wheelchair and stuff. I was like, I got to dress up like this guy? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's what it's called, the Stephen Hawking dance. I was like, all right, let's go. So I'm like, where am I going to get a wheelchair from? He's like, go down to Nicky. The guy, my neighbor downstairs, he fell down an elevator shaft when he was working at a construction company. So I went
Sometimes
to...
I think you create stories so I will cut you off, and then when I don't, they just get more ridiculous.
I went to
and
the
ridiculous and
dance
ridiculous.
as Stephen Hawking, and it didn't go over that well.
Obviously. All right, you guys, we're
You must have
running.
got treated well, though.
Both of you
Oh,
are running
yeah, it was
short
amazing.
on time, so we have to get through our predictions for next week. I'm gonna start because I always end, and I'm thinking maybe that's part of my bad luck.
You think?
Shush. Number 5, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna drop it to number 5, Fury.
Oh,
And
okay.
then number 4, I'm going to keep it saying it Gone Girl. Because I keep being wrong and thinking it's going to disappear, and it doesn't.
It doesn't,
So
yeah.
I'm just going to, give in and say it's going to stay where it's at. Number 3, Nightcrawler. Number 2, Big Hero 6. Even though I kind of secretly want it to be number 1, I think it's going to be number 2. And number 1, Interstellar.
Yeah.
For
Interstellar,
sure. And they're pushing it so much. I feel like it's opening in so many theaters early. and they have a 70 millimeter
Well, let me
and
ask-
They're
35.
playing it in McDonald's.
Let me ask you this:
They're just
Are we
pushing.
counting the Wednesday grosses or just Friday to Sunday?
We might have to debate this.
I think we should just count the weekend. 'Cause I think when they release the report, they'll tell you like what it made on Wednesday and Thursday, or just Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
I think we minus that from the weekend.
Yes,
All right,
I agree
I'm
with that.
still giving it number 1.
Okay.
I'm still giving it number 1. What about you guys?
I am going to go with, I think Gone Girl stays at number 5.
It was at number 4.
Yeah, but it's
So
going to stay
you're
in the
gonna
top.
put-
I meant the top 5.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
Brad Pitt tank movie at number 4.
Okay.
Okay. I love how you never call it Fury. You're just like Brad Pitt tank movie.
We got, I think, Nightcrawler. I think it'll stay. I think it'll get a little more word of mouth and people go check it out. I think people who wanted to check it out on Halloween couldn't because they were like walking their kids around the neighborhood getting candy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go with number 2, Interstellar. I don't think it's gonna bust number 1. I think this movie's gonna do like 50.
It is 3 hours long.
49 to 50 million dollars, and I think Big Hero 6 could make 54 to 56.
I think he does have some good points. Like if you look at what Gravity came out with last year, or in my opinion, like American Hustle, those were in like the 50s, 60s. But then if you're looking at Christopher Nolan films like Dark Knight, that's bringing in
Just to name
hundreds
Nolan.
of millions.
Just
so
to name
It's
Nolan.
not
That one's
skewing
up
towards
in the
chicks.
air.
Chicks
That
don't
one's
want
up in the
chicks
air.
who are not big movie fans do not want to see this movie.
But most animated films are normally in like the 40s, so
That's true.
I think
but
that
this is
that's
Big
gonna
Hero
hang on to number
6.
2.
It was written by a guy who had an infatuation with blow-up dolls as well.
No, stop. All right, GT, please give me your predictions.
Oh, a kid's version of a blow-up doll. All right, here
Come
we go.
on.
Number 5, I'm going Gone Girl.
Okay.
I'm going to put number 5. I think, like you said, it's going to stay in top 5. And it's going to be really tight with Fury at number 4. Those two are going to just...
I know,
Those two
I agree.
could flip-flop very easily. But I'm going to stick with what I originally wrote down here. Number 3, Nightcrawler. Again, I don't think it opened very good this weekend. Even if it wasn't Halloween, I don't think it would have opened that great. But it's going to be just enough to beat Fury because it's pulling from the same crowd. Number 2, I'm going to go Big Hero 6 because I feel like... I don't know what the big draw is, that inflatable guy. Like, I just don't see kids running to that movie.
Oh, I think kids are running. It's whether or not the parents want to spend another
Exactly.
weekend dealing with their kids who they just gave a whole weekend to for Halloween.
I think
and now
the
the parents
parents
want to have a weekend.
Exactly, and I think that's why they're going to get some sitters, and they're going to go see Interstellar with McConaughey, Hathaway. Hathaway will bring the girls. McConaughey will bring, the guys.
Yeah.
Nolan's going to bring the film geeks.
Yeah.
There we go.
Boom.
I'm definitely on board with you for those
Interstellar.
too. So those were our predictions. Send us your guys' predictions. Now, everyone knows we do the show for the fans.
Of course
Yeah.
we do.
Thank you guys.
It's all about you
You're
guys.
awesome. Let's start this off with our winner.
Yeah.
We had a contest
Oh,
last week
yes,
for a
Kenny.
wonderful t-shirt.
It's the best
Kenny
t-shirt.
the Tiger.
It's the best t-shirt around.
It's Kenny the
I guess it
Tiger.
is. And this award is going to Aaron Brooke Naylor.
Yes.
Yeah.
You win.
He's a
We're going to ship
he's
this
a
to you.
great Schmoeville guy. He always comments, always doing something fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves the shirt. I mean, even though you think the shirt's a piece of junk, it's not. I'm gonna sign it
Yeah.
in
There's just tape on it to hold it together, but it's not a piece
silver
of junk.
outliner.
Yeah, he had a great
Yeah.
comment about...
Yes, I wrote a tiger in
Can you
Zimbabwe like
paraphrase?
He-Man or something, and
and he was like the guide.
Yeah,
He
the
was
guide
Tracing the
and-
steps, Marco Polo.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
and
So-
I turned out to be the guy or something. I'm gonna brush up this shirt. We're gonna sign it for you. I'm gonna put some extra tape on it so it doesn't fall off during shipping, and do what you want with it, man. I think you can have a lot of fun. Show it to your buddies, and I don't know, wear it around the house or something, eating cereal.
So, Aaron, you're awesome. Thank you for your great story. The rest of you out there, please rate, comment, subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel, Schmoes No Podcast. Go to our website. Go to our Facebook page. Like us.
Follow
also,
us on Twitter.
Yes.
follow them
On Twitter.
on Twitter.
Well, no, we also have it. If me and JTE both win with 5 at the same time, Sarah's got to wear their mask and also get a Twitter handle.
Like we pick her. We get to pick her. Twitter
No.
handle.
Yeah, we get
No,
to pick a
I did
Twitter
not
handle.
agree to
Did not
that.
agree
Yeah.
to that.
I did not agree
Like
to that.
I had to pick Alicia's
Outfit
gear for
on the
the,
main show.
for the
my
date.
my
I
handle.
brought in 2 clothespins and a
Please,
fruit roll
please
up.
let us know where they can find you.
My handle is at schmoesjte.
Mine's at Bob Finstock. Poof.
And mine doesn't exist. So,
Yet.
thank you guys. Tune in next week, please.
Keep watching those numbers.
Poof.
From producer producers Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, and the entire Schmoes Know Network crew, we would like to thank you for listening to Box Office Breakdown. Special thanks to Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, the author of Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, in stores now. To watch or listen to other Schmoes Know Network episodes, get movie news, and join the conversation, be sure to visit schmoesknow.com. And don't forget to rate and review this show on iTunes. I'm the Pit Boss, and this has been a presentation of Schmoes Know.